everybody, and welcome to Eeks and Geeks.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Pumpkin.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Siberia.
Wow.
Hey.
Move
Last
with
week was
it.
really bad, so we really upped the game.
We fixed it this week. Well, welcome to our third foreign film block episode. This week I asked everybody to watch Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. But before we get into that, has anybody watched anything this week?
Well, it's only been like 3 days since we recorded.
Okay,
so no.
Jujutsu Kaisen. That's about it.
Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 episode 1. So good.
I saw the trailer for the Nun sequel, and I'm excited about it.
No,
so excited.
that looks so dumb.
Stop
See,
making those movies.
That's mine and Siberia's.
Hey, mind your business.
I can't wait for the
Don't
day.
watch it if you don't like them, but I like them, and I'm gonna watch them.
I can't wait for the day when one of us picks one of those movies and
Valak
it's just us
is
against
my girl. I love her.
I hate exorcism movies.
Well, that's gonna be what I pick. It's my new zombie. Actually, it's like demon movies. I really want to do like a demon and exorcism.
Oh, we are gonna have to do another poll soon because Lauren's the last foreign film pick, right?
We're
But
gonna have to
taking a
show
break.
poll.
Well, yeah.
But we will have to pick before the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so we will have to pull.
Yeah, we're gonna have another poll soon. Ooh. Okay, wow. So
We're all just. I'm not watching anything. I have my head down. I'm sewing.
Yeah.
okay, well,
I'm not now.
let's hop into it then. So, a little summary of Gonjiam. The crew of a horror web series travels to an abandoned asylum for a live broadcast. It soon encounters much more than expected as it moves deeper inside the nightmarish old building. So I have... Stop laughing.
What?
No.
Oh, jeez. My silly goofy mood.
You were like, let's get silly goofy. Now we're too silly goofy.
We over goofed. Sorry.
Should we do fun facts or first thoughts first?
Fun facts.
Fun facts.
Why did I say first thoughts? Final thoughts. Oh my god. That's literally the opposite. Okay.
Initial
thought.
I was
Your
gonna let you
initial
have
thought.
it.
Before you watched the movie, what did you think of it?
What did you think of the poster?
Tell us in the comments right now.
Okay, so fun facts. Conception for the film was inspired by a 2012 article where CNN Travel selected the abandoned Gonjiam psychiatric facility as one of the 7 freakiest places on the planet, which I think
it's a real place.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh.
Gonjiam's a real hospital, and I think the article they show in the movie is that 2012 article.
Oh, okay, that's
when
fun.
because Charlotte keeps
scary.
referencing it. She's like, "Oh yeah, I've been to 3 of the 7 or whatever." So I think that's the real article that inspired them to make this movie.
Oh, fun.
Cool.
The filmmakers were unable to get permission from the South Korean government to film in the actual hospital, so scenes in the film set in Gonjiam were actually filmed in the National Maritime High School in Busan, with the production team adhering closely to the floor plan of the hospital to recreate exactly the same exterior and hallways.
Oh, that's
Crazy.
They're thinking about it. But does that mean like all the outside shots are the real hospital, I think?
Yeah.
And then the inside
Probably.
ones must be the
probably
school?
Which I thought the set design is really good. I was thinking that while I was watching this. I was like, this has to be like some kind of abandoned building.
Yeah, it's obviously like a real abandoned building.
I guess not if it's a high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is a scary fucking high school, dude. The real Gonjiam was forced to close mainly due to economic downturns, unsanitary conditions, and problems with the sewage disposal system, not due to insane doctors or murderous patients.
Oh, okay. That's
Because
Sorry.
of poopy leaks.
Sure, poop. Can't have a bit of poop around anymore, I guess.
Honestly, that's its own horror story.
It seems like no one wants to fill their asylums with poop anymore. No one wants to get their ass up.
And poop.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You need to leave.
You need to leave.
Okay, last fun fact. Just shortly before the theatrical release, the owner of the asylum filed a lawsuit against the film being shown in theaters, claiming that the film will have negative effects on the sale of the building. However, a court in late March 2018 ruled in favor of the film being shown.
Play.
I wonder if it did have any effect on the
I
building
don't
or the
know. I
property
didn't
being
look
sold.
it up. I should have looked it up.
But I bet
Although-
it had an effect on visitors like trying to get in.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I saw somewhere that like apparently if you try to ask any locals or anyone like, oh, how do you get to it? They like will not tell you because they're like sick of people trying to like break into this place and like
Yeah.
graffiti
They're
it
like,
and everything.
I don't know.
They're like, I'm not fucking
Yeah.
telling you, bro. Go away. Final thoughts. Let's start with Kirsten.
Hi. I remember the first time I saw this. I think Lauren is the one that like told us about it.
Mhm.
And then Pumpkin watched it after that. And you both were like raving about how scary it was. And I was like, okay. So I was watching it. And I was like, I don't get why this is scary. This is okay. And then the scenes with the girls happened. And I was like, no. So like it terrified me the first time. And I was like, I wonder if it's gonna terrify me the second time. Oh, it did.
Worse. Maybe
it
worse.
sure did. Especially because I was like in my apartment by myself and I was like, and the cat makes noises at night. So like hearing that and watching that, I was like,
Yeah, what was that?
But yeah, I really like this movie. I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Lauren.
So this is my second time seeing it, and I
Mhm.
will take the props for introducing the whole group
Thank
to this
you.
movie.
Oh, you are. Thanks.
I think this movie does an excellent job of balancing what could be perceived as like a little bit too slow of a pace for a
Mhm.
horror movie. Like
Yeah.
and I looked at the time when things start really cooking, it's
Mhm.
halfway through the movie,
Yeah.
which is a little bit longer than most horror movies take to like actually start being scary.
Mhm.
But the end is so scary to me that it makes up for like taking half of the movie to get there.
Yeah.
I think it's super effective horror. I said at the end of it, like, I feel like this movie, when did it come out?
2018.
2018.
2018. I feel like it's the most recent movie I can think of that's like, if you just feel like putting on like a scary movie, like a good old-fashioned scary movie, this
Mhm.
is the one. I think it's so particularly the last 30 minutes are just like absolutely almost unwatchable. I'm watching through my fingies and that's still too much of my eyes seeing what's going on the screen. I had horrible dreams last night, which never happens when I watch scary movies, but I had like scary dreams at night. It's a super effective movie for me. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Okay. Siberia.
This was also my second time watching this movie under everyone's recommendation because I think I was the last one to watch it out of the group. And it's scary. It's so fucking scary. It's so fucking scary.
fucking
But it
scary.
takes so long to get so scary. Like
Mm.
that was my I don't want to say problem because I guess it's not a problem watching it a second time, but my problem the first time was that like you guys had hyped it up so much
Mm.
that then like I was expecting like first 20 minutes I was like for everything and then it never landed until it started to and I was like, oh okay, it like really took a second to get scary because like
Mhm.
the opening scene I felt like led itself to be very like we're getting going, this thing's
Yeah.
gonna be scary right now, and then it just wasn't.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I think the scares in this movie are like actually top tier. Like even the jump scares are like, okay, you earned it. You
Like,
can have
okay,
it. No, I'm
bitch.
done.
Yeah.
Like I see you.
You got me on that
Specifically,
one.
I think my favorite thing about this movie, that my favorite like effect is the hands quickly like
Yes.
going around like, oh, it's so scary.
So awful.
Yeah, this movie's just like a literal joyride. Like you just pop it in and you're like, okay, let's go to Gonjiam. I also give it a 9. I think it's really good.
Nice. Wow.
And Pumpkin, obviously your movie, but your final thoughts?
I really, really like this. I actually prefer this kind of pacing. I think I've said it in previous episodes. I don't really like when movies get scary super early because I feel like it's hard to keep me scared.
Yeah.
Like if you get it a little too early in, except for like Smile, but I feel like it's because Smile takes little breaks in between. But I love like kind of a build up to like get to know my characters and like them and be like, oh, she's so cute, he's so funny, whatever. So that when things do get scary, I'm scared for them.
Yes.
Because I like them. So I actually really like this kind of pacing. I like the slow 0 to 100. And yeah, the acting is so good. So especially I love Charlotte's acting.
Like,
I love Charlotte.
That girl was fighting for her life.
I love her. She's also really cute. But anyway.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, like, and my main problem with a lot of like paranormal things, especially if it's just like a person, like a guy in makeup, is I'm like, my brain is like, that's just some guy in makeup. But like the way they have the ghosts look and move and you like barely see them, it's so effective. I want to, some part of me says 9.5, but like I can't think of anything I would change to make it better. So I think I have to give it a 10, honestly.
Wow.
I just really like this movie, which that gives us what? That gives us 9.3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I was sort of thinking the same thing. Like, I really hate when movies like horror fatigue the viewer. Like when in the first 5 to 10 minutes you're already getting like scares, and it's like, okay, well, damn, like we got an hour and a half of this. Like that's kind of exhausting. And you're right, like hard to keep the viewer scared. So, and I know we've talked about it before, but like having a really good setup where you're just like seeing your characters like exist with each other and like nothing scary is happening at all. Like it's just like they're just like meeting up and having fun, and we sort of get the little montage of them like doing the pool or like the lake thing, and I really like that. And like I could see how some people would be like, it's maybe a little too long, but again, for me it's like it's so scary by the end that it, like if it was like that the whole time, I don't think I could watch this movie.
Well, I'll also say I appreciated the like getting to know the characters and like all stuff the second time a lot more. I don't know. I feel like I was just like, because I knew that that's what it was gonna be, I was like, okay, I'm gonna let myself like get to know this group of people and like, because I knew that that's what I was in for. I wasn't gonna go in with the same expectations.
I think that's how I was too, because the first time, because you guys hyped it up so much, and I was like, this is not scary. What? And then it took a turn, and I was like, okay.
You're like, oh, it's actually too scary. Like, I can't watch. Like literally after the scene, you know, I had to pause because I was just like, I can't. It's so scary. Like my eyes, I can't look at this fucking movie anymore. I'm so scared.
It's kind of like Hereditary is really not scary until like the last like 20 minutes, and then they're just throwing it at you, and you're like, make it stop, make it stop. Make it stop. I think that kind of pacing is so perfect for me. Are we ready to get into the plot?
Let's do it.
Okay, I think I have 6 chapters. Chapter 1. 2 boys are recording their exploration of the abandoned Gonjiam psychiatric hospital, where rumor states that the director of the hospital killed all of the patients and went missing. The 2 head to room 402, the intensive care unit, which no one has been able to open since the hospital's closure. They try to open the door, but suddenly hear a ping pong ball down the hall. Their broadcast abruptly ends, but not before catching a glimpse of a ghostly face. After seeing news of the teenager's disappearance, Ha-Jun, owner of YouTube channel Horror Times, decides to explore the building on a live stream. Ha-Jun gets together a group of 6 people: Yeon, Charlotte, Jaehyun, Sunghoon, and Seungwook and Jae-yoon. The group make their way to the asylum and set up a base camp in the nearby woods.
Us. Us, but I would never. You know what I mean?
I would.
Yeah.
My problem is
yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts. And with like a crew
I-
of 7 people, I would feel invincible. Like 2 people, no.
No.
3 people, maybe. 4 people?
No.
Nothing's gonna happen to us. We're in a group. We're fine. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
just
you
go.
get 4+, and now you're fodder. Now you got so many that there's just
Other people are gonna die before me. I'll be fine.
I was actually
No.
I was actually watching this and I was like, how cute would it be if we like went on
I
if
would
we
do
did a
it.
video where we went ghost hunting.
I love exploring abandoned places. I love it.
no, not in 1,000 years.
I'm glad that came with a dance.
Yeah.
Oh God, I was thinking that. I was like, oh, it's so cute. Like their little, what is it called? Like horror.
Horror
What's their, like
times?
horror times?
Like,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, they're like little group of just like people that love horror, and they're all excited. And it's like once they get there, it's like, whoa, I'm not doing that part. I'm like,
Especially with,
No.
like Charlotte on the team. She's like, oh yeah, I've been to like the Island of the Dolls in Mexico and like all these other haunted places. I'm like, this chick knows what she's doing. I'm gonna go with her.
She
Like,
was
we're
naming
fine. We
off-
got this.
She was naming off some of the most scariest places. She named that. She named the suicide forest in Japan. Like she's just naming off things, and I was just like, "Girl, you exploring?"
If she's on my team, I feel safe. I'm like, Charlotte's got this. She knows what's up.
I don't know if it was ever.
Charlotte did not, in fact, have it.
She did not. I don't know if like Charlotte as a character was ever explained, but I find her very interesting because she doesn't have a Korean name and she speaks in very like a hybrid English Korean.
I
like,
think
that's just kind of how she speaks.
Didn't she say something about like going to school in America? I thought she like dropped some line about something.
I thought she said
Maybe.
her parents lived there. or
Yeah,
something.
her
Yeah.
parents are in America or something.
The part where she's like, so scary. I was like, Charlotte,
Yeah.
I love you.
Also, I
it?
really love that she was like, since we're ghost hunting, we're gonna need cleavage. I was like, slay.
Work.
It's like also
Also,
a
her
really big
handwriting.
ass scarf. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
slay.
Yeah, her handwriting with that graffiti was like so perfect.
It would always kill me though because it'd be like Korean name, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I was already super thirsty for Hajun when he played the cop in Squid Games.
Literally, I saw that. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, it's the hot cop from Squid Game.
I was like, oh, you're here too? Hi. Hi.
I'm
Except he's a
so
dick
hot.
in this.
I know he's like
Yeah.
an absolute dick. Like he sucks so
Yeah.
hard, but like
But
he's really hot.
Hey.
Him and Charlotte were like the eye candy for this movie.
yeah.
But yeah, I do like the like setup of them just like having some drinks and like being silly, doing this like
Yeah.
tomato throwing thing and like just goofing off in the car or whatever. I like a sort of like it makes me feel like I want to be friends with them.
Yeah. Like it's not so excessive that you're like getting to know each person's backstory. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
Battle Royale where they're like, you gotta know what's going on with each person, but you get enough of a sense of like as a group to be like,
Yeah.
oh, like they're so fun. Like I would love to like grab pizza and a beer with this group.
To
Yeah.
hang out
Right.
with them, which
Yeah.
House is October built. Let's work on that. Was like could not think of another group of filmers that
Worse people.
I would hate to hang out with. Except
Yeah.
for the Jae-yoon guy, he keeps like teasing Ayan, and I was like, "Are you like flirting like a kindergartner?" He's being like, "Yeah, we should send her home. She should
He
come with
says
us."
we should send her home way too many
Way
times.
too many
like,
times.
Yeah.
It's almost in a way that like insinuates that there's going to be like something about her that is like
It was
a problem, but it's like he literally just has like a weird issue with
Yeah.
her.
Doesn't
Yeah,
like
almost like,
her.
are you trying to flirt? Do you
Yeah.
hate her? Like, what's your problem, dude? And at first
Yeah.
he kind of like laughs it off, and he keeps doing it. You see her being like, "Okay,
She's like,
it's not funny
okay."
anymore."
Like, I'm still here, bitch.
Yeah.
She literally is the viewer because at first you're like, oh, haha, cute,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay,
And he's like,
stop
she should go
it.
home.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
The
Okay,
first time I
leave
watched
her
this,
alone.
I thought there was something up with Jaeyoon because he was so
Yeah.
weird.
He's
Yeah.
odd. Yeah, when he enters the group.
And I was like, do you like know something the rest of them don't know?
Right.
Like, what's your problem? Why are you so
Are you
weird?
Yeah,
even real?
he did not.
No.
Yeah, he was.
He in fact did not.
I
He
think he
knew.
was,
I feel like he knew less.
Oh, yeah.
which is so funny later. The way he like freaks out when Ayan gets some revenge with the wig. That was
Oh, the
so
wig.
funny.
That was funny.
I go, that's just me in there. It's okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I forgot that in there.
Hey,
That was my
bitch.
bad. Are we ready for chapter 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The group travels to the hospital and set up their equipment. Hajun stays behind at the base camp to control the broadcast. Along the trek, the rest of the group find some underwear and tie it to a tree as a marker. Upon breaking in, Charlotte pours holy water in a small petri dish to record its reactions. In the director's office, they find a group photo with all of the patients and staff. Jahyun and Charlotte explore the laboratory where they find a doll, and Charlotte knocks over a jar with what seems to be a dead chicken. The team performs a ritual to invite the spirit out, but become terrified when the strings with bells that they had set up start to shake. However, it is revealed to have been staged by Sang-wook and Sang-hun, unbeknownst to the other 4, as a way to attract more viewers.
That covered a lot.
I did.
It was
Yeah.
just kind of that, like, first, them just kind of walking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nothing-
guess there's that.
There's like
Nothing
a,
to
Also-
report. It's like they're just in there.
a door
Yeah.
slams, which I was like,
Yeah.
did they set that up? Because how
Yeah.
would they have done that?
Yeah. How would you have set that up?
Also slay for Charlotte just like packing holy water wherever she's going.
She's
Like,
a
she just like has
professional.
a glass.
It
She's
didn't
like,
really
no.
help, but
No, not at all. And it
Oh, yeah,
never
'cause-
showed up again.
We see the sign that says like "Let's live," and then it changes like
Let's
underneath.
die.
I think the first time watching this was maybe scarier earlier because you don't know that it's set up. So
Yeah.
like
Yes.
the stage scares scare you the first time, and then watching it the second time, it's like, well, I know these are all fake until there's that scene where they're like, we're faking it.
Well, I'm dumb and I forgot. So I got to watch it again.
So was it a little scarier a little earlier?
It was a little, it was, yeah.
Them eating ramen in that tent just made me want ramen. That's all.
Oh my god, they were
Oh
eating
my
that ramen.
god, it
and I
looks
looked at Joe,
so
I was like,
good.
I was
that
like,
shit looks delicious.
I know. That was like first thing this morning. I hadn't even had breakfast, and I was like, that ramen looks really fucking
So
good. I'm so
good.
hungry, dude.
Okay, question.
Hmm.
Would you rather be in a big group in the scary haunted place or
Yes.
be by yourself
No.
in the tent?
If I were Hajun, I'd be like, one of you stay here with me because I'm so fucking creeped out in this little tent all alone.
Yeah.
I'm
Especially
so
when,
fucking
like-
scared right now.
I'm so
When
fucking
the-
scared right now.
When the lights and stuff start to flicker,
Oh.
I would have been like, I'm calling it off. I'm calling it off. I
In
gotta
my
go
When
back.
car
when the
immediately.
stove turns on, I'm like,
Ugh.
nah.
Yeah.
Nah,
No.
I'm out.
I'm
out. Never
The
mind,
stoves
guys.
don't just turn on.
I'm calling off the live stream. I don't want to do this
Ugh.
anymore.
Those were some of the scariest moments, like, because it's all that camera is always like on him and you can see everything behind him, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
waiting for something to come up behind him. I
Well,
kept.
and it's like-
scary.
For me, I feel like most haunted things, paranormal things, it's like, you know, the parameters. Like, it's like, if
Yeah.
you get out of the haunted house, you're safe. If you get out of the
Yeah.
haunted hospital, you're safe. But it's like, this goes out even to like the woods. He's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
trek away, and the ghosts are like, we're still gonna get you, buddy.
Yeah,
You're not
we can
safe out here.
We can see you.
Yeah,
I
the director
hate that.
killed people out in the woods too, so we're all up in this bitch.
Ugh.
So I hate that group photo of her sitting there and all the patients next
Ugh.
to her.
Like they're obviously all dead, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But the
in the picture.
the patient that's like holding the doll, is that the stitched up guy later? Is that the same guy?
I thought
think
so.
it is.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, I don't know.
Because he had his hands like the same way
Yeah.
and his head
Ugh.
tilted the same way. And I was like, and the doll is in the room. And I
Oh,
was
you're
like,
right.
is that
It's
same
at
guy?
her feet.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh,
I
it
think
is at
that's
her
the same
feet.
guy.
Oh, that's a cool.
Ugh.
find.
I don't
Ugh.
know if it is, but I was like, ooh, I hate that. That's
I
the
can
same
Bro,
throw
it
picture.
up
sucks.
thinking about that scene. It is just
Well, don't think about it tonight when you go to bed.
Dude, even thinking about rewatching this movie this morning, like last night, I was thinking about it and I was like, no, I'm scaring myself.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched the
totally.
movie yet. I'm
Like
scaring
I
myself.
was like, I know I need to watch it because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to watch it today. And I was just like, I finally was just like, okay, I just gotta fucking put it on. I just gotta get into it. It's gonna be so scary.
If you were one of the viewers of the Horror Times live stream, like, would this scare you? Would you believe it? Would you think it's real?
Maybe. I don't think so.
I don't think I would.
Do you think it's fake?
Yeah.
Just because it's so over the top, it's just
Mhm.
like that's why I like things like Ghost Files with Ryan and Shane, because it's little things, and like you got one non-believer, one believer, so there's some kind of like truth there. But like something
Yeah.
like that, it's like watching what's Ghost Adventures where he's like about everything. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
all fake.
You're like, you're doing too much.
Doing too much.
Zach
They're
Calm
fake.
down.
Bagans.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
'cause-
entertaining, but it's fake.
Yeah, because like the chances that you're actually watching some like crazy haunted experience is like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sure.
Especially with,
I'm
like,
sure.
A whole big crew with professional equipment.
There's
You'd be like,
cameras
Yeah.
everywhere. It's like, yeah, I doubt
You're
that.
in there. They're setting up cameras inside the hospital.
yeah, there's
No.
CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this
Yeah.
is fake. Well, I
Fake
mean,
fuck.
I don't believe in ghosts
Nah.
anyway, so I'd think it's fake, but like that would especially be like, yeah,
Extra
okay,
fake.
all right.
Yeah.
Extra super fake. Of course, like on a second watch, I knew it wasn't real, so it didn't scare me. But the first watch, the hair hanging out of the ceiling, I was like,
Uh-huh.
That is one thing that always gets me is when you
Hair?
watch when you watch like Asian horror films that have the long hair, like literally
Mhm.
that terrifies me. Like as a child, like The Grudge is like one of the ones that gave me nightmares as a kid. Like
Mhm.
so that like still haunts me. It's like even when he was like with the thing in the water, I was like, ugh.
The fact that they got us with the hair gag twice was
Yeah.
like, damn it.
Twice.
Yeah.
They got us with that. Which was the first? Did they just say the one in the ceiling was a wig too?
I feel like it's implied that they
It's
set
like,
it
why
up.
would
Yeah.
that? Oh, they put it there. Okay, I see.
I assume so.
Mm,
But
that makes more sense. I was like, why would that? Like, literally, why would that be there? Like,
Right.
Ayan is so brave. She sees like a floating head with hair in the water. She's like, this
She's
is a
like-
wig. Wig snatched. She was not
She's like,
scared.
I don't give a fuck.
I would be like, that is a head.
Yeah.
I don't even believe in ghosts. I would be like, that's a dead body at least.
No.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
It's a
It's
dead
like-
body.
That seems
Like-
relatively plausible. You have people that are breaking into this building. It's like, that's probably a person that's
some
like
girl
died
drowned in here. I
Yeah.
gotta leave. I don't want to be in here.
Yeah, I can't do this. I quit.
Yeah.
Her chasing Jaehyun with it was so funny though. He's like screaming
Oh my
in the
God.
corner.
And he's screaming for like dear life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He's
Like-
scared.
She's
He's
trying
not
to kill
well.
him. Which, like, you deserve it. You've been a dick this whole time.
Yeah, true.
I think
Um,
you should go home.
You ready to
honestly,
go home?
She
Out
should
of
have been like,
anyone-
come home.
Out of anyone who should have gone home, it was probably him. He was the one that
Yeah.
was bitching and whining the whole time. And
If I was
being
her-
meanie.
Yeah, if I was her, I would have been like, oh, are you scared? Just probably go home.
Oh, are you
Aw.
scared?
Oh, baby.
Are you scared of wigs? Ooh.
Where does this section end?
Oh, after the
After those two
Oh,
like
okay.
admit that they were faking the bell thing.
Is this does this section include when they're in that room like putting their arm?
No,
No,
that's
no,
not
no.
Oh,
it.
okay, it's next. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will say, if I was one of these that like didn't know that it was fake and I was in there and all that bell stuff happened, that would
Ooh.
scare
Scare
the
the
Oh
shit
my
out of
God.
me.
The bell move is a gag. Like
Yeah.
if you didn't
Yeah.
know, like I don't even know how they faked it. It's like
Yeah.
literally how are
Yeah.
they doing that? It's
Yeah.
so scary.
Are we ready for the next chapter?
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Chapter 3. Going back to the lab, Charlotte and Jaehyun are shocked to find that the doll has moved. The group discover it is the same doll held by one of the patients in the photo. Jaehyun and Ah-yeon get to work trying to open the door to room 402, while the other four explore the group treatment room where there are many strange coffins. Sungwook puts his hand inside a hole in the coffin and fakes his hand being pulled in. However, when Jaehyun tries the same thing, her hand is actually pulled in and wounded with claw-like scratches. The group, terrified, flees. Disturbed, Jihyun and Charlotte decide to leave. Sungwook and Sunhyun agree to stay if Hajun promises them a larger cut of the profit. Which, you could guarantee me 100% of the profit. I'm fucking leaving. That girl got
place.
If I saw her,
dude.
you see them scratches, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, it's thorns.
There was probably like some nails or something stuck
What
in
do you
there.
mean?
Oh, like
Yeah, I'm
something
sure.
her arm, bro. Like,
Oh, I think
yeah.
this part has the scene where like that cough or whatever they are, like that box, like the door opens on it. I would be so out. Like I couldn't leave that building faster if
You
I saw
couldn't
it.
promise me $1 million.
No.
I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah, I'm
out.
fucking
I'm not doing
But-
this.
But now also knowing that like when you leave, you don't really leave. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
also horrifying.
Yeah.
Which does beg the question for me, like they've got all these cameras, right? So what would their camera feed be showing? Like, do they ever actually even leave the building? Would they still like be recording the
Yeah.
outside? Or are they inside the whole time and like
Yeah,
what
did
is the cameras
Charlotte and
recording?
Jihyun actually get outside?
Get
or they've been
outside.
inside the whole time?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
because-
they ever left.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Smile, where you're like, what actually, how much
Uh-huh.
actually
Yeah.
happened? I hate that.
Yeah, very scary.
But
Yeah.
Like when he's like in the control room, does he just have scenes that he's switching between, or like
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's
like,
so
why is
much
he not seeing?
everyone having two
Yeah.
cameras. It's like you couldn't have all he doesn't have all of that footage shown.
Yeah.
And this is also, I find it funny. This is when Charlotte is like, stop recording, and you stop recording too. And I'm like, what about the one that's like attached to your
To your
face?
face.
Right here?
Right.
Like,
It's
you're
all
gonna be recorded.
I think she
Yeah.
was just mad about people holding cameras up to her face. She was like, fucking listen to me. Put that
And the
down.
one in the corner, and one in that corner, and the 6 people
Yeah.
over there. It's like it's on tape, girl.
But I feel like Charlotte is the only one that has like any sense. She's like, don't fucking touch the doll. Don't touch the doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she freaks out when
Because
Yeah.
Ooh.
the doll moved.
I would
Don't pick it up.
too.
Don't
Yeah.
pick it up. Oh my
Yeah, don't
god.
pick it up.
Do you think they moved the doll?
No, I don't think
No.
You don't think they moved the doll? Okay.
so. No,
Because the doll becomes so relevant later
Yeah.
with
Mm.
the guy.
Because I read it as the guys moved the doll, and then when they see the doll the next time on the floor, it's like obviously they didn't move it that time, but
Yeah.
it's hard
Yeah,
to say.
I can't remember. I thought somebody, like one of the guys, asked the other. He was like, "Did you move it?" And then he was like,
Oh,
"No."
did they ask?
But I might be misremembering. I thought they said they didn't, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I would have been so suspicious because when he reaches his hand in there and like fakes it being pulled in and then comes
Uh-huh.
out like and he's like not running away, I'd be like,
Oh, he's like, "Let me do it again." I was
he's
like,
I'm like,
no.
I'd have been like,
"No."
no, I don't think you.
I'm
are
good.
still on
He's
this
like, something grabbed it, but I don't know what.
Let me put my
It's
head
like,
back in there.
Oh, I know what
I
to
would've been
do
like,
that.
Go for it. Go for it.
yeah, do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
I love that the ghost is like, "Oh, you want to pretend I pulled your arm?
Yeah.
We can play that game."
I do love the trope of like somebody is faking something, but then it actually
Yes.
starts happening, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Ooh," like it's like someone in the group knows that like, well, we didn't do
Yep.
that, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's a fun dynamic to have in movies.
Well, I think
Like
it's,
malevolent.
yeah, it's fun to like know that some of the scares are fake, but you're
Uh-huh.
also like some of
Which
these aren't
ones?
fake, and you don't
Yeah.
know which ones, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Ew, what's happening? What's happening?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
little middle zone where like the line is blurred of like, well, which ones did they do? Like, because I definitely read it as they moved the doll, but you guys were like,
Mm.
they definitely didn't move the doll. So it's like, ooh, well,
I don't
we
know.
don't
Oh,
know.
right.
Yeah, did they move the doll that time? I don't know.
Also, I feel like Jihyun is, I mean, she freaks out, but she's still really calm about having these giant fucking scratches down
Yeah.
her arm.
Yeah.
I would have been like hyperventilating. I would have been like, "Get me out of here right now. Right now, or I
Like,
will
right
kill
the
you."
fuck now.
It's clearly not like a nail or something. It's like
Yeah.
it's 4
It's
Like
four
claw marks.
claw
scratches.
mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
claws.
And you're like, tetanus, get me out of here.
Don't like that.
Yeah, even if it was some like nails I caught my arm on, I said like, I'm going to the fucking urgent care. I'm
Yeah.
going home right now. Like,
Yeah.
I would have been
I have
freaking
a
out.
wound.
I
Workers
Yeah, I
workers
just-
comped.
I have to go get my tetanus shot.
well,
Well,
not necessary later, I guess.
More like
tetanus
your
is the least of your
dead-
worries.
Your deadness shot.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Boo. Boo.
Where did this section end?
With the two guys talking to Hajun being like, we want 20% more.
Sure.
I think
20% isn't enough.
yeah, the
No.
math was interesting. They were like, well, someone did 100,000 and they got like this much money, so like we have to get to 1 million. It's like, hey, you can still get to
Which
100,000 and be
think-
doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And I think like were they talking like 20% of what their share was already going to be?
Yeah, because I think they
Yeah.
said they
Then,
wanted
like,
20%
720
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. And Hajun is like, I'll give all of you 20% more. Just keep
Yeah.
going. Because he
Yeah.
sees the
See, here we
numbers
go.
going up.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, math.
they
what is
weren't.
math?
You could have went
Yeah,
higher.
I'm trusting the math on this one. It's not really looking like it makes sense, but
No, but
what do I
okay.
know? Yeah.
I don't know how monetizing for live streams works. So I was like, if you guys say so, I don't really
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
Like-
I've never really heard that cut before. You get 1 million views and you get $100,000. It's like,
Yeah,
on what?
no.
On what?
Don't you need like sponsors first or something? I don't
Yeah,
think they
it's
just
like-
give you money for live streaming. Like I think your YouTube channel needs to be
crazy
monetized.
CPM.
Yeah. They'd be bleeding money if that were the case, but y'all say so. Also, maybe it's like Korean currency though, and it wasn't translated.
Yeah.
So maybe
Mm.
it's not.
Well, they were
American dollars?
saying dollars, so I'm assuming that
I don't
the currency exchange rate was like already configured to like be the equivalent.
Maybe. I don't know. I
Maybe.
don't.
They were saying
speak
like it's
Korean,
dollars, so
I don't know.
obviously they're talking in Korean dollar, but yeah,
Yeah. However, I'm trusting the math here.
trust in the math.
Yeah.
You know,
Chapter 4.
Before?
chapter 4.
Hajun reviews footage of all 6 participants standing together and becomes disturbed, unsure of who filmed it if all 6 were in the shot. Outside, Charlotte and Jahyun encounter the underwear marker more than once, revealing that they are somehow going in circles. Charlotte knocks over the same jar containing the dead chicken and sees that the items in the lab are now scattered on the forest floor. Jahyun goes into a trance and her eyes open completely black while whispering something unintelligible. Frightened, Charlotte flees towards the base camp but finds herself back in the asylum. Jahyun is standing in a corner with the doll, still in a trance. A naked man appears and Charlotte is attacked and pulled into the darkness.
That's such a nice
Fucking
way to put
Jihyun.
that.
Yeah.
Jihyun be like,
Like I said, up until this point, I was like, this is scary. Like
Yeah.
even her arm getting pulled, and then it was doing the thing where it was gonna turn around. And then I was like I hate like when you can't see a face and you're slowly and she was doing it, and I was like, and then it showed her face, and this is when my hand was like,
Yeah, when her eyes
No.
open black,
I was like, nope.
And
Nope.
I was watching it last night. Joe wasn't watching it, so I just had it on the TV and I was listening to it with headphones on. And that sound she's making goes on for so long. And I was like,
in the background.
I can't to do it. It's so scary.
It is a nightmare.
And
Phil.
like Jahyun doesn't even do it. She's just standing there making that noise, and it's so fucking scary.
So
It's so scary. The part that really gets me in this scene, like when she realizes she's in the room, it's horrifying the way she keeps like looking back.
Oh,
like,
why does she keep being like,
She keeps looking over the door, and I was like,
Yeah.
I would not take my eyes.
I would not
off
take
that
my eyes off.
motherfucker.
So that's already like such a scary, like, because you keep it, you know, you just have it in your mind, like, ooh, it's gonna be closer, or like you don't know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. But that's so scary. But there's a part where she's looking away, and you just hear this like dragging sound, and she looks over, and that like one-legged drag
It's just
she's doing,
shuffling.
like, back into the light is, I could throw up
Ugh.
thinking about how
that.
horrific that is.
That.
Ugh.
I hate the things where you look away, look back, look away, look back. If I see something scary, my eyes
Yeah,
are glued to that
I'm
thing.
inching toward the door, and
I'm feeling for it. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm literally back against the wall, feeling
Yeah,
for the door. I'm not looking away from that thing. I have my eyes on that motherfucker.
Another-
Him stitched up the middle, like completely.
And his head is just turned at like the wrong angle, and he's just standing there.
the other thing
Also,
that like,
does he like not have genitals? They're just like gone.
oh, I guess not.
I wasn't.
literally
Really paying
didn't even
attention?
think about it.
I
But
don't think he has.
he's
any.
naked.
Yeah, he's naked.
But I don't remember seeing
I think
Dom.
I think his wee wee's gone.
He's just
Where'd it go?
It's
R.I.P..
Well, you saw the stitch. Maybe it's just
They took it. They turned him into a Ken doll.
He got
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
terrified.
yeah. He got.
That's
Deceased
a
alive.
callback to our first episode, folks.
Another thing that always gets me scared is like when they're like frantically doing something and then they stop because they know that somebody's beside them, and then you see them slowly look, and I'm like, no.
It's that thing in a horror movie where it's like, ooh, they're gonna close the mirror and something's gonna be, like
Yeah.
that feeling. And that scene is so, it would be interesting to look at like how actually long it is, but it feels so long.
It feels
like
so long.
like how many times she looks back at it is just
Yeah.
like, can this end? My eyes cannot look at this
And then the
horror.
jump scare is so good
It's-
and
yes.
so
Yeah, it
worth
is.
it.
They do
Like,
the girl again, like right in the camera, and you're just like,
Uh-huh.
God, it's like not
Oh,
even the thing that I
God, yeah.
expected to scare me. And
I would rather go like Jihoon. I just possess me and take me away.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
take me away.
But
One
don't-
minute I'm in the woods, next minute I'm possessed. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
don't
fine.
want-
yeah,
I would
I'm
not go
Donnie
through
from
it.
the Wild Thornberries. I'll take it.
Yeah,
as long
I
as
don't
I'm
want to
not.
go through like
Charlotte-
Charlotte. Yeah.
Charlotte gets the worst by
Oh.
far.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I feel so bad for her.
Also, I didn't really even like notice it until Hajun points it out, but I was like, oh yeah, who is filming all 6 of them?
Yeah.
Well, I think because
Like-
there's so many, so you're not really like counting
There's
them
just-
all in every scene. But when
And they've
he's
got,
like, wait, who's filming? And
cameras
you're like,
set up.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh yeah, surely it's like some camera they just like
Uh-huh.
put somewhere, but Hajun's like, there's not a camera there. Who
Ugh.
filmed that? And you're like,
I don't know. Who
Oh
did?
no.
You tell me.
It's
The-
so
Who's the
sickeningly
white guy?
scary.
And I feel like the rate at which it goes from like not really scary at all to just like batshit
Yeah.
insane terrifying is just too fast.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so-
crazy.
Yes.
Like 1 minute you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, like generic ghost whatever movie,
Yeah.
okay. And then literally, yeah, like when she was like, you see Jahyun just standing there, and Charlotte's like slowly walking around her. I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
don't want to watch this
No.
anymore.
I was really looking at the time because I was so curious, and the part where they're teeing about like faking the scares is, I think, within 10 minutes of like the scariest thing you've ever seen. It's like they hit
Yeah.
you with it quick. They get to it.
Yeah, it goes 0
Horrifying.
to 100.
Like, I was really trying to think while I was watching it, like, can I think of anything that's scarier? Like, just how scared I feel watching that movie is like, I don't know if I can think of anything that's like scarier.
Because
You know what I mean?
I feel like
Yeah.
this really taps in, same with like Smile, it taps into that fear of like you're just standing there and you kind of look over and there's something fucked up just
Something.
standing there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just standing
Yeah.
there.
Just standing there. Yeah.
I think too,
Menacingly.
Jahyun becoming like possessed is so scary for me because I always feel like if I'm in a group, if I have another person with me, I'm gonna be okay.
Mhm.
I'm like, at least you're with me. If I got a friend, if I got a buddy, like the ghosts can't get me.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
But if that
like
other person is now a ghost,
It's still it still kind of gets me. Lauren, when we did that like escape room with you, and me and Michael were behind you guys, and in that dark room, and I kept going. Because you're in Jack the Ripper's like lair is where we're at, so there's like dead bodies everywhere, and so like I'm like behind with this little like lantern, and I kept going.
It's like it's just distant.
We good.
See, I don't even look behind me because I swear if I do, I will see something. So I just don't look. I just don't look.
Yeah.
I feel like Koreans have really tapped into a very interesting, like, I don't know, would you call it body horror? Like the way that they just show really distribing
Because even with
imagery.
like Train to Busan, just the way the zombies move
Yeah.
was
that
like
body horror is so good.
yeah. And I feel like that's what I really like about this one is like the ghosts. It's not just like some guy in makeup who's like, oh, I'm gonna get you or whatever, like Insidious or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the way that they're even just standing there is so scary. I hate it.
And I would argue there is that one like girl ghost at the end who is shown, and she's the closest to like okay, that's a girl in makeup, but she's still fucking scary. Like I still think she's really fucking scary.
So scary.
Yeah, when we get there.
I know we've talked about like sometimes the scariest thing is like the things you don't see at all, but she's still like really fucking scary girl that you're fully seeing, which is rare and hard to do. And
do we want chapter 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Sung-wook and Sung-hoon see a wheelchair moving by itself in the basement. Everything in the room begins to float, and both boys are knocked out by flying objects. Sung-hoon wakes up and runs to Jaeyoon and Ah-yeon, who are still trying to open the door to room 402. Sung-hoon informs them that the show was meant to be scripted, but real paranormal forces have attacked them, and they need to rescue Sung-wook. Suddenly, a ping pong ball bounces towards them, and Charlotte's screaming is heard from inside room 402. The infrared cameras start to flash, detecting a presence. Room 402 opens, and the screen goes dark. Sung-hoon, Jaeyoon, and Ah-yeon find themselves in a dark room with no exit, standing in knee-deep water. Numerous ghosts appear, and they are possessed one after the other, and eventually swallowed by the darkness. I think
sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say the night vision of all of the people showing up like in the camcorder is like here.
It's like being somebody who doesn't see like the curses in Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like, nope, not gonna see it.
The noises that they're making are like so awful. Like
I watched it with headphones.
Yes, it's horrible. Like there's literally just a point in this movie where the whole rest of it is just like, I can't handle this. It's like unrelenting at the last 30 minutes. It's crazy.
They do not give you time to breathe.
They're just like, you're here now, bitch. Like, buckle up.
That's when they turn around and see all the objects are now on the ceiling. Fuck that. What the hell? I feel like Gonjiam's really like creative because a lot of paranormal movies you're like expecting to see the door slamming on its own and things moving. It's like, okay, whatever. But like all of the furniture and shit just like floating. What the hell? Being in a room that just doesn't have doors and you're underwater but in water.
Yeah.
But like,
and
what?
There's a girl looking down at you from above.
I think one of the best, like, just a moment that I really love is that, you know, this whole time they're trying to open this door. There's this whole legacy of this door that doesn't open. And then they hear Charlotte.
When you realize Charlotte's in there.
That's horrible, like in a great way, but it's
that's
just like
the door she was trying to get
it's
to.
like you are all trying to get in there. It's like, well, how the fuck did she get in there? Nothing good's in there. It's just like such a good twist.
If I was one of the ones that were opening the door and I heard Charlotte scream, I'm booking it. I'm like,
Charlotte's a goner.
That's not
You're
Charlotte,
a goner, girl.
Charlotte's a goner.
Because how are you in that room?
Yeah.
This is also the scene. This is also the scene with my favorite, the quick hands coming out. Like, because it's like they're trying to do it and then they like notice and so they like go back, right? Like that's what it is.
Well, I sort of read it as like as like they don't even see it, but so it's like such a scary visual to the viewer, but like they don't like see it. Ugh.
Yeah,
it's so fast.
It seems like Sung Hoon's
I
the
literally
only
have
one who
chills
like.
right now.
It seems like Sung Hoon's like the only one that like notices the hands, and the other two are like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "The fucking hands that were
He's
on
like,
your face, dude."
You know the.
you didn't see that. You didn't see.
Also, can you imagine like fucking again? Like you're there with two people. Like that would make me feel safe if I had two of y'all with me. And then all of a sudden you're just standing there with like black eyes.
I would not be feeling safe here, girly.
I wouldn't
would
be feeling
not
safe.
be feeling good.
At this point, no, but at least you like have other people.
If I wake up in a room with no doors, I'm accepting my fate as a goner.
That's
like
crazy. They're like underneath whatever that it's like a pool bath.
Yeah.
Water,
Yeah.
I think it's in the bath, like
It's in the shower room. But yeah, they're like under.
It's like that circular thing.
Yeah, that like
that's she rises up out of it.
Yeah, but it's like attached to the shower, so I'm guessing it's like a bath thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's like the baths from Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of true.
Big
Yeah.
house.
When they just look up and it's more water above them, they're like, "How is that? How? What?"
It's sort of giving as above, so below for me. Like that feeling of like there's water.
What's even real? How is this happening?
That's not good.
Which is like to an outside viewer, like, what are you looking at?
Yeah. I think that's what I like about this movie too, is that like you don't really have too much backstory on what this place. I mean, you kind of know like what happened, but you don't know like what's the significance of this bath. Like what's the like you don't. It's just chaos, and you're just like
Yeah, you just
like,
have
we really stepped in something we should not have.
Yeah. Because you just like you know that like patients were tortured here, but like you don't really
to what extent?
know,
Yeah,
what
like,
happened
how bad
to
was it?
them. And it's like, do you become a ghost there too?
Right. Or are you just gone, Gio?
Boo.
No, I did.
Thank you.
No, boo.
No.
I like how what's the guy that's in the tent's name?
Hajun.
Hajun. I like how Hajun is just like, you're not ruining this.
Mr. Hottie.
He's like, fuck all of you.
He's so like he sees this shit happening on the camera and he's like, just keep going. I'm like,
I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah.
And
like
spooky shit is happening to you in your tent. Like no self-preservation, dude.
No. Also, when they're in that room with like the night vision camera, it's very wreck, like that sort of like you just know it's bad because you can only see it on like the night vision camera, and you're just like, I don't want to see whatever's on the night vision.
But it was
really
just
don't
like
want to see it.
the one girl, and then now it's a room full of ghosts.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Nightmare fuel, truly.
hate
I hate no, I'm the I hate hot dog.
I hate.
That's our little inside joke. Last chapter.
I guess.
Yeah. Like, make it stop.
Chapter 6. Hajun, seeing his view count nearly reaching 1 million views, goes to investigate and gets strangled to death, seemingly by the ghost of the director herself. The last one remaining, Seung-wook, awakens and finds himself strapped to a wheelchair and is the final one to be pulled into room 402. The epilogue shows that despite everyone's continued broadcast, the live stream had actually cut off after Sung-hoon admitted the stream was supposed to be scripted. The viewers, none the wiser, mock the failed stream. Additionally, the view count had not gotten anywhere near 1 million, despite what Hajun saw on his monitor, and it only peaked at 503 views. And the final scene, the dish of holy water starts to boil.
Oh, I didn't know that was how that was supposed to be perceived. I thought
I thought they all just like left.
I thought it was just like the end of the
yeah.
stream and everyone was like, oh, fake dumb.
And they left.
It says There's like a little.
Is there like a max viewer count or something?
Yeah, it said
Oh.
something like that. It said like total plays or something like that on it. And it was not, and it
Oh.
only had like 20 likes, and it was like
Oh.
So-
that's so much work.
the ghosts were like
Yeah, it
making
really
him
is.
see those numbers. They never
That's
had a million viewers.
I totally thought they
Embarrassing.
got up there and
Yeah, I
they
did
all
too.
died, and then just like everyone left the stream, and that was just like the last little bit of stragglers.
thought it was
Yeah,
so-
that's crazy.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
embarrassing.
that's awful.
That's
Oh.
That makes
embarrassing.
it so much worse.
7
Oh, that
people
makes it so much
died
worse.
for
That makes
500
it-
views.
That makes it so much worse. Oh my god.
Embarrassing.
We got
Ugh.
more than that on our Tucker and Dale video.
Okay. But the scene of him getting with the girl behind him.
The way she silently just floats over to him.
when that scene happened, and it's another one where he's like, you see him like, my ass would not turn around. I would not lift it. I'd
No.
be like, you can just kill me.
I would.
I'm ready now.
I'd throw it. I'd
not-
throw an elbow back.
I'm not. I'm
I
not
was
gonna,
trying to jump out the window, dog.
I'm
Like,
not gonna move. Just do it.
no, he like picks up the camera and like flips the screen around so he can see
no
her.
chance.
I
No
don't want to
way.
know what the ghost looks like.
No, I don't.
No.
Don't
Ugh.
show me. I don't want to look at you. Just do your
Yeah,
thing.
it's really those little clips where the camera is like on the ground and you just see her like feet.
Her
Just
feet.
and then the feet turn.
And then turn.
Oh, the turnaround is so good.
And then you see her and she's so scary, and it's just like, why won't this movie let me live? I can't do this anymore.
And then the wheelchair, it's kind of camp to be like, oh, you wanted to get in this room, buddy?
you like
You
the
did.
wheelchair? Woo!
You want to be in the hospital so bad? Welcome to the hospital.
I think
Here's
this
your
is.
wheelchair.
I think this
Super
is the
Weenie
part-
Hut Jr.
I think this is one of the parts that it makes it not a 10 for me is when he does go through, it looks like it's just holographic faces on the mirror windows when he's going
Oh, when he
swimming
sees...
through. That one I'm like, okay, that's kind of lame.
I thought it looked pretty good, actually.
I thought it
looked
looked
like
fine.
I thought it looked like holographic faces.
I don't know. Nothing stands out to me there.
But yeah, I thought the special effects and everything, like any CGI or makeup or whatever, was done like
Yeah.
really well.
I
Yeah,
thought everything
nothing
else
stood
was
out
good.
to me in this movie that was like, that looks a little.
That looks dumb.
Yeah.
That's the only
Yeah.
that's the
Which-
only one that I was like, man. But I had just
I-
left Disney where I saw a bunch of holographic things, so maybe that my brain just went there.
Normally I hate in horror movies, like I think I said this about like Incantation and Paranormal Activity. I hate when like scary ghost person just like rushes the camera and you see their face.
Mhm.
But the one time, no, the 2 times they did that, I think the girl in the water room and then the stitched up guy,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
they never gave you a clear shot of their face. You
No.
mostly just see their hands coming at you, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like a dumb CGI face.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, which
a
like is that
half
so hard?
blurred, like silly,
Yeah.
goofy ass. Yeah.
God, because that's the one thing I hated that
Yeah.
Incantation, that like old lady that turns around, she's got like the dumb looking CGI'd face. I was like,
Yeah.
Because
Really?
like we're seeing this scary man from afar, and it's scary. Like I don't need to
Yeah.
see his face to like be
No.
scared of this character.
Yeah.
So just giving this the implication that he's coming towards you is like, yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
I'm good on that. Yeah, that's all I need to see. I'm scared.
I couldn't remember because it's been a while since I watched it. But like at the end when he goes, like he's shoved in that room, and then it just cuts to all the like the cameras. I was like, does something happen? I can't remember. Does something happen?
I was the same way. I
so
thought that the lady like right in the camera was gonna be at the
Yeah.
end, and I was like, please
I know,
no,
I was-
please.
So I was still on edge like the entire
was
time. I was like,
too.
and then it goes to like the viewer count thing, and then you just see that thing stand up in the corner, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, please stop.
I literally saying I was so prepared for that. Like she was like, right. I thought
Yeah.
that was like how it ended, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm ready for it, and I'm still not. Like I literally
Yeah.
cannot watch her be on the screen again.
The first time I watched it, I thought the holy water, for some reason, I thought it, like something was like raining in it. But then the second time
Yeah,
I was like, oh, it's boiling. That makes
I
way
didn't
more sense.
catch that it was boiling, so that's
Yeah, I
an
didn't either. I thought it
interesting-
was I was like rain.
I guess I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't really know what that was supposed to be, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Spooky-ish.
Yeah, I love this movie.
It's
Movie
a good
scared
movie.
the
It's so good.
shit out of me, dog.
So fucking scary.
I have watched movies like since I was a kid, so it's always hard to scare me. So like
Yeah.
this, when I say that this is, I know people in the comments are gonna be like, "Oh, no, no, it's
It wasn't
scary,
even
nah."
scary.
But like this
Yeah.
one, genuinely, I was like, because this is what I do. I like hold my hand at my TV and
I
I'm
go
like,
this.
and I will move my palm over things that I think are gonna like.
It's like,
Usually
I can't
when-
see
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole
I'm like a
No, I'm like because I watch a lot of horror movies like in bed, and so I'm watching them like this.
Can we get that as the thumbnail? All of us just like how we
Just like doing our
protect
thing.
our face from the.
Or if I'm in another thing I do if I'm really scared is I feel like I need to bite something. So like if I'm watching a horror movie like in the theater and so I don't have a blanket or whatever, I like have a bite. I'm like biting my hand because I'm so scared.
Pumpkin leaves in her hands, just like bleeding.
Like I truly can't think of a movie I've seen in a long time that is like so scary that I'm like watching through my fingers
Yeah.
for almost
Yeah.
half the movie. It's like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because Hereditary like made me uncomfortable, but it
Oh, I
didn't-
was so scared during Hereditary.
like the
the-
ending really got
When
me.
she's slamming her head on the attic door, I was watching
yeah.
it like this. I was like,
No,
I would
yeah.
say maybe closest was Smile when I saw it in
Smile.
theaters.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a few moments where I was like,
I was like watching it sideways like this. So
Yeah.
I was like,
which that's like, you know, those videos that are of like things that are cute about humans.
uh-huh.
I think us trying to like, we can still see everything, but we're like, how do I get
Like,
farther
how
away
would
from
this
the
make
scary
me more
thing?
safe?
Like-
This doesn't help. I don't know why I'm doing it.
like
I
a
just
really
feel
Yeah, I
better.
don't know why I'd be holding my hand up like
It helps a little. I don't know why, but it helps to like. I'm protecting myself. It's a
The
cute
ghost
little
can't
human
get me
thing.
like this.
It's like pulling your head under the covers. It's like the thing
Yeah.
under the bed can't get me if I'm under the covers.
Oh, I
like-
gotta, if I like start thinking about scary stuff, my feet gotta be under the covers because a monster's gonna grab me by my feet.
Literally,
know
I
it.
was watching this
Absolutely.
movie and I had my feet like up on the couch and it started getting scary and I was like, feet need to be like more.
I don't want someone to grab
not-
my feet.
I was like, I can't have my feet exposed.
my favorite is when you guys send me the scary TikToks and then I'll have the comments.
Oh,
on
you
my-
keep,
so
like-
that I'm like, yeah, so I'm like
And there will be a comment that's like, I can see you hiding in the comments.
hiding in the
You're like,
comments.
damn.
Okay.
Or you'll see one that's like, I can still see it above the comments. And I'm like,
Okay, Lauren, you gotta top it. You gotta top Gonjiam.
oh, I don't think I'm gonna top it in a scary way.
Oh.
Are
You're
we
just gonna
are-
top it.
just gonna-
Yeah, we want to know what you want us to watch next week.
Is anyone any ending thoughts on Gonjiam before we announce the next?
It's fucking scary,
it's
bitch.
fucking
I had to
scary, bro.
sleep with my closet light on. I was so scared. The first time I saw this, it wasn't even like I after I finished it was still like 9 p.m. or something. I went to go talk to my mom to try to feel better. And I was like, okay, I feel better. And I got back in my room and I was like, no, I don't. And I got up and I turned on the
I
closet
don't.
light.
I
was
literally
so scared.
I took like I had to pause after like the scary scene and I went and I like because I like closed the blinds in our living room at night and I was like, I just gotta I like close the blinds and I was closing the blinds and I just heard like something and I was like, ah, and Jenna was like, what? And I was like, nothing. I'm just freaking out. Being a little bitch right now.
Because I was like, that stitch up guy's gonna be standing in my closet.
Yeah.
I know he
Uh-huh.
is. Like, I'm so
Oh, well,
scared.
He is. He told me.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. We text.
They're besties.
we never like text each other really like when we're watching movies and I was texting all of you like I'm shitting my pants watching this movie.
I think first time Kirsten watched it, they were texting me and they're like, oh my god, what the fuck? I'm watching this way too late at night. I'm so scared right now.
It was so late at night. I was like,
And you were like, you guys
Made a terrible
watched it
mistake.
today like during the day and it was still scary.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
It was still scary as fuck.
terrifying. Okay, so our next movie, the final in our we're in our foreign film block.
Foreign.
I'll be honest, I had a bit of a hard time with this
Mm.
selection.
There's
I
so many
think
good ones.
well, there are a ton of good ones, and we've picked them all for different sections.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, and especially being at the tail end of this, I did struggle a little bit to like pick a movie that I was really passionate about. But I did settle on one today. My movie is another Korean movie.
Ooh.
It came out in 2010.
Mm.
It is about a man who embarks on a quest of revenge when his wife is brutally murdered by a serial killer. My movie is called I Saw the Devil.
Oh.
Which is a movie
Wait.
I have seen once, and
Have
I
I seen
remember I don't know. I've seen it once and I remember liking it. I remember thinking it was really intense.
Mhm.
But I haven't seen it. It's like one of those ones I've seen it once. I haven't seen it enough to be like this is my pick.
It's really good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like I remember liking it, but I don't like super remember everything. It has an 81-87 on
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, so other
Okay,
people.
no, I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, I remember being intense. I remember it being a little bit gore.
Yeah.
So
Where
that's
can we
what-
watch her?
I didn't look. I think it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I see it on Netflix and Amazon Premium.
Amazon, Vudu,
Mm.
YouTube.
Amazon.
Yeah. There's places to watch it. But we are taking a break, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 weeks?
1 week.
1 week?
I thought it was just because we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this one's posted this weekend, and we're just not recording next weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are taking a little 1 week break. We all have a little bit of stuff going on. A couple of us are going to San Diego Comic-Con.
I have FOMO.
Someone's
Yeah, same.
performing in a very
Just
cool
get it-
competition at San Diego Comic-Con. So we're gonna take a little 1 week break, and then we'll be back to watch I Saw the Devil.
Yeah. But we'll still post our
Or we'll be back
poll.
and have already watched I Saw the Devil.
Yes.
Right. And we will have posted a poll on our Instagram for the next genre of horror
What?
that we'll be watching.
Yeah, what categories?
Should we
I
decide?
don't know.
I'm
I'm
gonna
still picking Stalker because I have one that I just like really want to pick.
I
So
thought you
gonna-
said clown.
Well, but now everyone's watching it, so I'm like, which
Hmm.
I'll pick it, like that'll be my pick whenever we do Clown, but I'm on Stalker now. That's my
Mine's gonna be slasher.
Stalker slasher.
I feel like
It's gonna be
Stalker
like
and
demon
slasher.
/ exorcism.
Uh,
You can grow up.
I'll find
Grow
one
up?
that
I
will.
oh my god, I don't have a category. I don't even remember what our categories
Category
were.
is-
Category is.
Categories? You could do something we've done, we've already
Yeah, you could do a
done.
repeat.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do more paranormal stuff. I love
Oh,
paranormal.
okay.
I love a little ghosty, spooky action.
Ghosty.
Okay, stalker, slasher, paranormal, and
Possession.
I just want
Exorcism.
slasher
Possession.
at least once.
I'm
Please.
surprised
I
that one hasn't
don't-
been. I'm surprised that hasn't been chosen yet.
Let me have my fun.
ooh, if we get
Ooh.
stalker though, I know what I'm gonna pick.
I don't know what I'm gonna pick.
No,
gotta
I
think about
really
it.
want to pick
Me
a certain
too.
movie.
I think me and Pumpkin will be splitting the Stalker with
Oh,
2 movies.
Yep. Same
What do you
brain.
mean?
Same
What
brain.
do you mean splitting?
We can't spoil it. We can't spoil it.
Well, not
We're on a
divulge.
wavelength. We're on a wavelength.
Okay, so we'll see you guys in a week. Hopefully you will have watched I Saw the Devil. Available on various streaming services. We love you so much. Thank you for watching this episode, and we'll see you on
We
the next
love
one.
you.
Bye.
Bye.